people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. Hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, Boogie down Bronx.
Sagittarius. I always got a song, don't I? Hold on, y'all. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Sagittarius. If you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Sagittarius as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Quick shout out to my Patreon. If you are seeing this, it was released early access on Patreon, so please subscribe for more early access as well as exclusive content that I do not put out on YouTube. I think that's good. It was like slightly off center to me. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm tripping. But all right, Sagittarius. So we're going to get into the cards that I've pulled for your pre-shuffle and see what came out for you for the month of July. I know last month was all about your intuition and trusting yourself and your opinions. This month, let's see where we're at. Put a spell on you, oh happy day. That's some type of Blues Clues. They're trying to make me figure out what you're talking about, what they're talking about. Put a spell on you, an oh happy day. What does that mean? Let me clarify. What is put a spell on you? What is this in reference to? You're stronger than you know. And what is oh happy day? Oh happy day. I think a lot of you Sagittarians right now are going to be maybe seeing where you've just been like in a trance or sleepwalking through life, and like you're just going to get that wake up call soon that one, you do have the strength to figure out exactly where you need to be and where you need to go. But also like, sorry y'all, sometimes after like I eat, my throat just starts doing stuff. Reminder that you are always on the right path. So 2 things, you're realizing that you are stronger than you think and that you are always on the right path for you. It's just a matter of diving deeper and utilizing the path that you have been given. Sometimes we feel like we need to be on an entirely different path in order to succeed and make things happen. And I was really thinking about projectors the other day and today, where I'm just, if you are a projector in your Sagittarius placement, projector in human design, I was just thinking about like how a lot of projectors just think that they always need new invitations in order to be successful, and they need to start new things and they need to be in new environments and all this stuff. And that is not the case. Sometimes we have so much activity right in front of us. Sometimes we have so much that we already can use. We have people that are already in our space. We have networking that's right there, and we just don't use it because we just are overlooking it. We don't see it, or it's just, we have to really ask ourselves, are we using our resources to the best of our ability? Are we using what is already there? Are we just looking for more? Are we just looking for new things to start? But we have to actively work on or fix or practice with what we have right now. So that's what I was thinking about for projectors, specifically, where it's like, make sure you're using the invites that you already have instead of always looking for new ones, because a lot of projectors seem like they think that their invitations are like going to expire with some people, or they're not useful anymore. But most times they are. Okay. But in this case, even if you're not a projector, Sagittarius, this is just reminding you and asking you to make sure that you are looking actively at what you already have and seeing if there's more that you can pull from that, more that you can pull from certain friendships, relationships, jobs, certain skills that can be applied in different ways. So for example, like, you know, you could have different friendships. You're like, oh, I want more friends. Okay, that's great. But like, make sure that you've nurtured your existing connections to the fullest capacity that you can. Make sure that you are, extending towards them or gaining from them and learning from them as much as you possibly can. Okay, that's the main message that I'm getting for you right now, Sag, is to just make sure that you are using and you are acknowledging what is right before you, what is already in front of you on your path. Because a lot of you feel like you're not on the right path because you're still waiting for more to come. But I think this is a lesson in spirit telling you to really dive into what is already existing and what can you learn from where you're at and who you're around. So what else do we have for Sagittarius at this time? You are stronger than you know, and you are always on the right path. You have water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placement around you to look out for. Commitment. Okay. Meant to be. What is the commitment card about, Spirit? Why is commitment here for Sagittarius? Self-sabotage. Some of you are, it's kind of like you start a lot of new things, and it's like this failure to commit to something long-term, or it's like once you do something for a while, it's like the commitment fears or the fear of getting bored, or you do get bored, starts to kick in, and then you like abandon that situation. Clarify hidden enemy. Clarify hidden enemy, please. Reconcile and self-sabotage. Affair, third party. What is going on here? Okay. All right, so let's clarify self-sabotage, and then let me see if I can piece this together, because it's a lot of random messages. All right. So I feel like this is kind of like a separate message from the one that I was just talking about, but be careful of temptation. Be careful of going back to a temptation. You might be tempted to reconcile with somebody, or somebody comes back towards you that you possibly rejected, or they rejected you, and like it could give your self-esteem a little bit of a boost, or maybe you're just in a rough patch and you're not really thinking clearly. But somebody may come back around that can put you in an affair or third party, or somebody that you were in some type of love triangle with, or they had you as like a side piece or an option here. But be careful, because somebody may try to wiggle their way back into your life. Hidden enemy. That's just kind of like a little bit of a warning. And you may find like that you constantly go into this cycle with this person, and like always off and on type of relationship. But be careful. Be careful about that. All right. Aside from that, self-sabotage. Be careful of the self-sabotage when it comes down to commitment. Like Sagittarius does have commitment fears a lot of the time. And it doesn't mean that you can't commit. It doesn't mean that you're not faithful when you are committed. It just means that Sagittarius is a very free-spirited type of sign. And you always want to protect that. So it's hard for you sometimes to get too close to people or too into a situation, because then there is a greater risk of commitment or breaking that commitment. And sometimes you don't trust yourself enough to be able to stay in that commitment. So you just don't fully commit at all, which can be self-sabotage, because when it comes down to you building a stronger foundation or moving to the next level and growing, you never get to fully indulge in a strong foundation, because you just keep starting over and starting over and starting over, whether that's in jobs, that's with people, that's with homes. But that feeling of newness, that feeling of starting fresh is something that really drives Sagittarius to feel like there's more and there's greater. But it also prevents you from ever getting deep with people. It prevents you from ever really bonding and really connecting on a deeper emotional level. So you just want to be careful about that. If you are somebody that tends to always start over in things, and like when the commitment starts to feel too close, or you start to get scared, you run away. This can stem from some family trauma or some past issues that you might have with trust and trusting other people. But I feel like there's a lot of different relationships that are coming in that you've manifested or that are meant to be. And this is a little bit similar to what I was telling Pisces, is just being careful about pushing away the wrong people. And just check your commitments. Check who you are committed to and check what you're committed to. And if you tend to abandon commitments too soon, or when you start to get a little bit like bored, or you start to get restless, instead of saying, okay, maybe we can try something else in this relationship, or maybe I can figure out how to spice this up a little bit more, because Sagittarius is a sign that gets bored, likes to be entertained, likes to roam, likes to wander. And so when your mind starts to wander, it may not be that you cannot commit. It might just be that you need to keep things stimulated, just like Gemini. Gemini needs a lot of mental stimulation. Sagittarius might need a lot of like passion in their relationships and like adventure. And so in order to make sure that you're not just breaking commitments, or you're just like abandoning situations where you're like, I can't find anything that I really want. Well, sometimes, like if you are in a situation that you're content with it, or you're happy with it, you're just maybe a little bit bored, or you're just like looking for some more thrills from it, like try to figure out how you can get more out of that situation, or how you can spice it up a bit. Not all situations are meant to be abandoned. Okay. So what is the, like Sagittarius does need to have consistent stimulation and fun and spontaneity. So if you haven't been doing that, try it before you give up on something. Okay. Any other advice for Sag? Any other advice for Sagittarius? You have the timing is right. The timing is right for something maybe that you have been sitting on or thinking about. Forgiveness. Maybe you should forgive yourself as well for ways that you have sabotaged, or you've self-sabotaged, or you need to forgive somebody. Okay? Maybe there's some promises that you made towards somebody else or yourself, and you did not follow through with it, and you are feeling like a liar. Maybe you're wanting somebody else's forgiveness for something, or possibly you feel like somebody owes you an apology. Could be either or. You have letters in name C, W, Y, or V. Could be somebody that you are going to be connecting with or are connecting with. But yeah, and then you have the timing is right. So the timing is right to do what you have to do. If you've been wondering about timing specifically in your life, use your path to your advantage. You are on the right path. A lot of you think that you need something else to come into your life and put you where you need to be, but you are always where you need to be. It's just a matter of feeling like you are where you need to be. All right, so let's look at anything else for Sagittarius when it comes down to your relationships. What do we need to know for Sagittarius in relationships, friendship, love, family, whatever? What do we need to know for Sagittarius in regards to relationships? You have the Death card. Sometimes Sagittarius has a fear of things changing, or like sometimes it's uncomfortable for Sagittarius to be within a change. Like it's normal for things to kind of die down. It's normal for things to get more grounded. It's normal for people to, for your feelings to change and develop over time in a relationship. Like the newness that you experience at the beginning of a relationship or the beginning of a job will not last forever. That really heightened feeling of excitement and being in the right place and like all that in the third. So you may start to doubt yourself, or you may start to question your path when the excitement does wear off, or it dulls down. It's like it doesn't feel like it did in the beginning. That's completely normal. That is normal. It happens to couples all the time. It's called the honeymoon phase. So like in every new relationship, you are going to feel more excited than you will 5 years later. It'll be a different kind of excitement or a different kind of passion or joy. But allow yourself to go through these transformations with certain people in your life where you're like, I don't feel the same way I did in the beginning, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, because relationships are all supposed to transform and evolve, and you transform with it, and you find new ways to connect, and you find different ways to keep things fun and exciting. It doesn't mean that you need to just go start over somewhere else, unless you're being mistreated or you're unhappy completely, but try to go with these transformations in your life, Sagittarius, because things are transforming, and a lot of you are getting discouraged and feel like you're not in the right place and you're not in the right situations anymore because you're not as excited or thrilled or as passionate as you were in the beginning. But sometimes that happens. Sometimes you hit a plateau. Generators know this very well in human design, where things come to a halt, or you're losing some enthusiasm or some excitement that you had before. But see if you can get that back. See if you can get that back before you just throw it away and throw in the towel. Anything else for Sagittarius in their relationships right now, especially if you're dealing with a Scorpio energy or an Aquarius or a Pisces. But I think some of you are losing faith here. You're losing faith in your relationships, but I think there is an issue with the stability of it, or maybe it's gotten a little bit sloppy. You know, as we are in things longer, we tend to like not pay attention to the details as much, or we lose our like, you know, when you're dating somebody and y'all kind of like stop dating each other after a while and stop courting each other or stop doing things that you did in the beginning. So instead of like always looking for new situations, how about you try to aim for feelings of newness, like feelings of getting to know somebody again, or learning new things about something that you've already learned, or relearning it, teaching it, doing something different. Like there's a lot of different ways you can work with it and really tapping into that Gemini energy. Gemini energy is about curiosity. So where is in your opposite sign, which can be your shadow self, was like the ability to be kind of one-track minded sometimes, where you need to be more curious about people, or get back into what more can I learn about my environment that I'm in, instead of seeking a new one. What more can I learn about the people that are actively in my life? How can I gain more from the situations that I have right in front of me? Because there's not going to be all situations in your life are just terrible and boring and dull. But what can you pull from those that are still there? Okay. That's really the message overall, Sag, is you thinking that you are not on the right path anymore because you feel differently now, or things have slowed down. Things are not as fun as they were. But there's more research for you to do. There's more curiosity to get involved with, and you play a major role in bringing that fun and that passion and that excitement back into your life. So any other advice for Sagittarius, especially with even career? Any other advice for Sagittarius? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node. Okay, hold on. My hands are not shuffling. My fingers are not pulling. Four of Wands. Looking at your foundation for sure. Two of Cups in reverse, and seeing where there's a bit of a disconnect, and maybe where you can reconnect with some people, possibly people that are good for you, or people that you've kind of put to the side here, and manifest things in a new way. Page of Wands. It's all about new passions and experiences and just learning, right? So you may have some new experiences that you have coming towards you, but there's also things to learn about your existing experiences and making those feel renewed. A new sense of passion and love and excitement, or learning new ways to communicate with each other. Page of Swords in reverse. Instead of having a new people in your life, learn to communicate differently with people that are already there. And try that. Try things. Try to see if that works for you. Four of Wands. Getting into more of a foundation, bringing the passion back. Queen of Wands, King of Cups in reverse, seeing where you might be lacking on the intimacy, or maybe you're lacking in expressing your emotions and what you need from people, or what you want to try new things, go new places. You're in control of that, okay? You're on the right path. So use what you have to get that feeling back, okay? So that's what we got for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know that in the comments down below. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.